ball 50 to now 80 off 23 balls. That's poor bowling. That was a loose ball from Mathulan. He's got a long on and a deep square leg in place and he's bowling outside the off stump. That's basically a free hit for Vaibhav Suryavanshi, and he says thank you very much. He moves on to 80, he races on to 80, Kosala, and he's on course on breaking a lot of records.
Well, he saved the best for last, that's for sure. And he's really entertained the spectators here. He's entertained everybody here. In fact, even it's surprised us up here in the com box and entertained us. Oh, luck on that occasion for him. That's a rare miss that he's done this morning. But just look at this onslaught. It's really taken on. This is a section of the crowd that's coming to watch this game today. We have a decent crowd in the previous ball side edge. That's the type of luck that Sri Lanka will want right now. There were two chances offered by him, but Sri Lanka unable to hold on, and he's capitalized on that. Oh, 100 16 for 9, 8 overs, 7 overs done, 118, 116 for none. What does Sri Lanka do, Santosh? How do they really try and get back into the game? Obviously, they need to pick wickets. But how are they going to try and do that? Now, Priyansh Arya is quite comfortable in working that single, getting Suryavanshi on strike, because you can't afford to keep him away from strike. He needs to be in the thick of the action. Now, this is the last ball of the previous over. Santosh, just look at this shot. How good is this? Just pushing over extra cover and getting it all the way. How powerful his forearms can be. Oh, Ravid was lucky on that occasion to get away with that one.
Yeah, I think the previous 6 was a shot of the day, Kosala. The entire inning, he used brute force, except for that shot. He timed it to perfection. Indian crowds have come in numbers today to witness Vaibhav Suryavanshi, and he's not disappointed. 87 of 26. And it's edged. It's running down to the boundary. Priyansh Arya going for that big slog sweep, and he gets up another boundary. So it's all going wrong for Sri Lanka here. Boundaries are leaking, runs are leaking.
It's just not going Sri Lanka's way, isn't it? Priyansh Arya went for a big swing. On any other day, that would have gone right up in the air. But for some fortune, they say the fortune savors the brave, and that's exactly what's happening here. Better. But this is amazing. We're seeing the crowd, they've come in numbers to watch. I'm sure most of them will be wanting to see Sri Lanka doing well, but at the moment they've been entertained by the young man Vaibhav Suryavanshi. And that one didn't come on. That one didn't just come in.
Yeah, the wicket seems to have something on offer to the spinners, but at the moment, looks like there's no demons the way these two are going at, especially Vaibhav Suryavanshi. The way he's taken on the bowlers, kept the best for last, like you said, Kosala. So 8 done, India dominated 1, 2, 3 for no loss.
Now it's very interesting to find out what is the fastest list A 100 and the fastest list A 50. Because his 50 came off just 11 balls. And now the skipper decides that I'm going to try myself on. He's bowling to Priyansh Arya at the moment. And the mid-off is now coming into the circle. The extra cover is dropping down. And we'll get the single.
So the fastest list A 100 Kosala belongs to Jake Fraser McGurk. He scored in 29 balls playing for South Australia versus Tasmania. 2024. And AB de Villiers, he has the second fastest in 31 balls. So Vaibhav Suryavanshi, he has the opportunity to better both those records.
He's got 3 balls to try and get to that 100. To be the fastest man to get 100 in list A. Goes big again. Goes over extra cover. And that will be another half a dozen. I'm telling you, that record is now under threat.
Yeah, what a shot going inside out. The bowlers and fielders are mere spectators. They're just watching the ball sail over the fence. Vaibhav Suryavanshi. What a player he's turned out to be. We were waiting for this kind of inning from him this entire series. And he decides to do it in the finals, the big finals.
Now this is interesting. The mid-on drops down to long on. The mid-off comes in. Yeah, I was expecting that. I had a feeling that Archie was going to fire that in. Now he's got one more ball to equal that. To equal. Now he's got it off 28 balls. He's on 90, 94. If he gets a 60, will equal the record, or he can be the second fastest. Also interesting that 50 came off 11 balls. But Priyansh Arya just keeps working the single and getting Surivani now. So, we've been just told that Surivani now holds the record for the fastest 50, which we came in 7 balls, 11 balls. And Kusal Pereira has 100, and he goes big, but he's finally been taken at mid-off. And that's a sign of relief for Sri Lanka A players and everybody in this ground. But this young man has entertained Dambulla and entertained everybody watching this telecast.
Yeah, big wicket for Sri Lanka A. Vaibhav Suryavanshi, he was hitting the ball to all parts of the ground. And the skipper brings himself on. He tells the team, I'll get the job done. And he breaks this partnership. Vaibhav Suryavanshi, not before doing big damage. 94 of 29. What a knock, young lad. India 132 for 1.
Avión, ¿dónde? Es un avión. Avión.
Never get out against Sri Lanka boys.
Ruturaj Gaikwad is the new batter in, and what a time for him to come. Well, Vaibhav Surivani has really set India on course for a 400 plus score here, Santosh, if they continue in this momentum.
Yeah, how often do you see an opener getting out in the 90s and having a number 3 batter come out still in the power play? So he's got all the time in today's game for him to score 100, Ruturaj Gaikwad. So that ends the 9th over. Successful one for Sri Lanka. India 1-3-2 for 1.
Dulaj Chamudita picked up 5 wickets on his debut, but Vaibhav Suryavanshi had the better of him this morning. But this is the fall of the wicket, and Viaskanth made sure, but disappointing finish for Vaibhav. And India loses.
Vaibhav out කරොත් එක්කම මේ ටික් කරලා පිටට තට්ටු කරලා වෙල් ප්ලේට් කියලා පුළුවන් නේ කරන්න පුළුවන්.
Better start from, they'll be relieved now, Santosh. Definitely relieved. Now what does Priyansh Arya and Ruturaj Gaikwad do now? Because they just need to keep things going. They're going at over 12 runs and over. Right now, this is what we like to see in cricket. Now you see, the moment Vaibhav is out, Digwala comes and says, well played, young man. So that's the sportsmanship. That is acknowledging a great knock from a great youngster.
Yeah, Digwala, well-experienced player. Played a few years for Sri Lanka, played international cricket all around the world. He's played league cricket as well.
Yeah, that's the sportsmanship that you want in whatever format. You always acknowledge a good innings from any player, even if he's your opponent. He's on the opposition side, and that's why this is called a gentleman's game, Santosh. But Sri Lanka need to make a comeback here. If they can squeeze in another wicket, they will feel that they've made a comeback in that power play. Priyansh Arya, he finds the gap. He says, I will continue from where Vaibhav left off. It's another boundary to the Indian total.
Yeah, full and outside off stump. And it was easy pickings for Priyansh Arya. Dulaj Chamudita giving a loose now to Priyansh Arya. Yes, he bowled a couple of dot balls. Just as Sri Lanka would have thought that they could control the run flow, Priyansh Arya gets another one. So good batting from Priyansh Arya. He needs to make sure that he keeps the runs coming. He needs to make sure that he keeps the scoreboard ticking.
Oh, no. Has that been taken? Well, for a moment, I thought the fielder didn't read that, but he did cover good ground, and this is exactly what Sri Lanka wanted. It's another catch for Viaskanth, but more importantly, another batsman in form, or was among the runs, will have to make a walk back to the pavilion. Priyansh Arya, he didn't put any effort into that. He was just trying to clip that over. Take a look at this, Santosh.
Yeah, the Virakati Express strikes again. And now Viaskanth, what a catch, what a fielder. Viaskanth is his second catch today. And The 2 wickets Sri Lanka needed the most. Priyanchara departs for 39 of 29. India 136 for 2.
The mistakes that we were doing is we were bowling outside all the four stump right to bowling. Then they came by and extra outing with our ball to Nobody attacked the body. Nobody went around the wicket.
So the skipper comes in, Tilak Verma. Now this is the pair Santosh has really kept that middle order going for India A. Interesting to see what type of approach Tilak Verma will do. We all know what he can do because he's a very aggressive batter. He will want to try and accumulate. That's what he's been doing throughout the series, holding his end up. But Tula Chamudita will be a happy man. He's into his third over. Oh, beautifully done. Beautifully done by Tilak Verma. He finds the gap. You just can't afford to bowl to the Indian skipper on that length. That's the end of the over. India, at the end of the power play, are 140 for 2.
Yes.
That's the signal for the start of the second power play. 10th over to the 40th over, or the 11th to the 40th. But what is more important in this game, Santosh, is that 14 runs per over in the first power play. And mind you, this is not a T20, this is a 50 over ODI. And what a start the Indians are. Mohammad Shiraz will come back to bowl to Rutraj Gaikwad, and he will just do what he knows best.
Yeah, it was just a symphony of clean hitting from Vaibhav Suryavanshi and Priyanchara. This is the previous wicket. Priyanchara, he got in and got out. A brilliant catch from V.S. Khan. First he misjudged it, and he's too good of a fielder to miss a catch like that. But Dulat Samadida, he strikes. The Veeraketi Express picked up a 5 in the previous game, and now he strikes once again in this game as well. And these two batters, they need to make sure they put on a partnership, Kosala.
Yeah, this will be a key moment, but on the other hand, Sri Lanka will feel that if they can get one of these two, that they've crawled their way back into the game. Now, Mohammad Shiraz is into his third over, none for 41. Tilak Verma was off the mark with the first ball boundary. This is amazing batting from the Indian openers. What a start. How else would you want that your team to be in, and what would you expect more from your batters? Unbelievable batting. Now, Shiraz has got a very strange feel to me. He's only got 3 men on the on, and one is a deep fine and a deep square, and he's got a mid-on in the circle. So where is he going? He's going back on the length.
Yeah, I think the Sri Lankans will breathe a sigh of relief, Kosala. The two openers are back in the dressing room after that blistering start from both of them, especially viable Suryavanshi, the boss baby. Two new batters here, two experienced batters, the skipper and Ruturaj Gaikwad is played plenty of cricket, international level as well. So they need to build a partnership here. Yes, they've got a brilliant start. They've got 40 more overs remaining. They need to make sure that they do their job for the team. Quick single from Tilak Verma. So no boundary as yet. Kosala, this over has been good. Just 2 runs off it.
Yeah, sign of relief, isn't it, where the Sri Lankans are concerned, but this is the crowd that's coming to watch this game. It's Sunday, so we'll have a lot of spectators coming in. But if they were late to get into the ground, they've definitely missed the carnival.
Yeah, absolutely. They need to be here on time, especially with viable Suryavanshi facing the first ball. I mean, the way he got going from the very first ball, he just hammered Shiraz over. So catching in place for Ruturaj Gaikwad. And that's a brilliant ball from Shiraz. Just 2 runs off this over. A very quiet over from the Indian point of view. But Sri Lanka will like this. They need to build up the dot balls and build the pressure. So final ball coming up. Good over from Shiraz. He drives it. Gets some hand on it. Will definitely save a boundary. So 3 runs off that over. India 1-4-3 for 2.
So India 143 for 2 after 11. Now this is the power play where Suryavanshi was really taking the Sri Lankan bowlers to the cleaners, and I feel that the Sri Lankan bowlers are too short on their length and they gave too much of width on the offside. They were bowling more of a 4th stump, 5th stump line to Vaibhav, which he loved playing. That is his 50 of 11 balls, and he just kept going. If you see, the majority of his shots have been on the offside, and that's the room that he's creating, because he opens up that front leg when he plays, and I think the Sri Lankan bowlers played into him, and that's where the relief came for Sri Lanka. And then again the wicket of Priyansh Arya. That's a good one. PS Khan straight away getting some turn.
A good captaincy from Sana Chige, bringing his attacking bowler, wicket-taking bowler VS Kant into the attack. He's a genuine wicket-taker. Picked 3 wickets against India in the last outing against them. Once again, that's a good pace. Good loop as well. He's getting some drift and turn as well, Kosala.
Yeah, he's not pushing it quickly. The Viskant that we know pushes it quickly. Yeah, he's a bowler who gets more of overspin rather than side spin. That's his strength. Comes from a very high arm. Very close to 12 o'clock if you really watch him. Even his googly comes from 12 o'clock. So that's what makes it hard for the batter to pick him off the hand as well. This is a good start from VS Khan. What does he do with the... Good. I like the angle he's trying to bowl. He's going over the wicket to the left-hander. Because of his action, he will take it away, he'll drift it away. And the top spinner, or the one that flips, or the flipper, or the float, I don't know what you call it, is going to be the ball to... Now that, to me, looked like the flipper.
Yeah, he's a very smart operator, VS Kant. He's got a slip in as well, which is something that I really like to see. even though India 144 in 11 overs.
Nice.
I say once again, it's a good over. Just one run from Viaskant. India 144 for 2.
Done with 12 overs. It has been a great start. The two openers back in the hut, but the damage has been done. What a start it has been. What a power play it was. And now it's up to Rutraj Gaikwad and Tilak Varma. They have plenty of overs in hand. They can spend some time out there in the middle, get themselves in, and continue what the openers have done. The Sri Lankan bowlers, they will have a little bit of time to breathe some fresh air, try to pull things back. Yes, the Indians, they have got off to a flyer, but with the two openers back in the hut, they will feel relieved. Dulaj, 1 for 33, is into his third over. It's going to be a quiet passage of play. Sri Lankans trying to get things under control. Joining me in the comm box, Roshan Abesing. A very good morning, Roshan.
Morning, Iran, and morning to all. Yeah, it's been mayhem, isn't it? The Indian batters just took the game completely away from the Sri Lankan bowlers. I actually feared this because Vaibhav Suryavanshi was due for one of those specials, and that's what we saw. Sri Lanka was very lucky to have stopped him after 29 deliveries, by which time I think he's done too much of damage. But Sri Lanka, from their point of view, they need to put everything behind them. I mean, that's all finished. Got to look ahead. And their best chance now is to look for wickets. Yes, dots will be important. India wouldn't mind dots because they got off to a flyer. But Sri Lanka, if they're to come back, they need to get wickets.
It's a good passage of play for the Sri Lankans to get back, have a quick chat, try to apply the pressure, bowl some quick overs, squeeze through some quick overs against these two quality batters. They've done this many a times in the tournament, spent some time out in the middle and built a partnership. And it's another opportunity for these two batters as well.
I think they've got a perfect platform. Into what, the 13th over, 146 for 2, you're looking at a run rate that is just unbelievable. I mean, at one stage, India was going at what, 18 runs an over, and looked like scoring 500. Oh, that time, just short. Now, these are very, very important. Rubber the green, Sri Lanka will expect to go their way. That's Sahanara Chigi, and it's very critical that chances like this, from Sri Lanka's point of view, go to hand. Just short.
A diving effort by the skipper himself. Sri Lankans, they will try to apply the pressure, pull some good overs, maybe with 2 to 3 runs, trying to bring down the run rate. A silent over, just the 2 runs, a good one for Sri Lanka. 13 overs done, 146 for 2.
Donald.
Go once again for Sri Lanka. Just the 3 runs coming off that. 14 overs done. 1 for 2.
Ayun ni hari kal. Hey Wali. Ada left hand ada.
That's the batting card. Priyansh Arya and Vaibhav Suryavanshi getting India off to a flyer, especially during the power play. 140 plus runs. Vaibhav Suryavanshi once again throwing his wicket away. Nervous 90s for the kid. Plenty of 90s under his belt, including the innings in the IPL as well. Trying to clear the mid-off fielder, trying to go for that glory. Vaibhav Suryavanshi and throwing his wicket away. But now it's a passage that these two batters, where they have managed to put on 150 on the board for India. We are in the 14th over. If you're just joining us, you missed the best part of the show.
That's so far. There is no guarantee that we may not have a repeat performance from someone else or a different type of performance. But so far, yes, if you haven't seen Vaibhav Suryavanshi bat, you missed something special. Oh, this time could have been tight. A direct hit always can cause you a bit of anxiety if you are the batter running to that end, and Gaikwad would have been a bit anxious.
Yeah, he was halfway down the pitch. Not the ideal kind of throw. Rutraj Gaikwad, he can't afford to throw away his wicket with the start the Indians have got off to. A classical batter. Plenty of experience, international exposure.
Right time for some drinks, some fruits for the Sri Lankans. They'll need all the help they can have. We're due for a drinks break or water break at the end of this over. How different is our drink breaks of the modern game compared to the games the years gone by, where during that time you would actually push a cart. There used to be a drinks cart, but then I don't know when that was removed. And after that it was some of the reserves that would carry those bottles. And then we see also fruits being taken. So it's evolved a lot. It's changed. Just like the game.
Cricket and around things, this beautiful game have been evolving. Full length delivery, 4 men inside the circle, inviting the batter to drive with that short extra cover in place. I would like to see maybe a change of pace from Tulat Samudita, with Sahana Arachigi waiting at that catching short extra cover position, get him to drive outside the off stump, invite him to drive, but in the meantime, you need to be very watchful that you can't afford to throw away a freebie as well. Quick single. Nicely done. 4 runs coming off that over. 15 overs done. A 1-5-3 and the players will take a short break. There you go. Beautiful innings of Surivani before he was dismissed for 94 of 29 deliveries. Well, after 15 overs, it's 153 for 2. A quiet partnership between these two batters. Well, you could expect that after a lot of carnage.
I must tell you that Ravi Fernando has been impressive. We've seen him bowl well even in the last game. Got just one wicket, but I love the control. Now there's a slip in for him. Gaikwad on strike. Good to see that Sri Lanka are looking for wickets. That's good running. And that's the only way, Iran, because dot balls are not going to help them. With dot balls, if they can create pressure, dismiss batters, then that's the way to go. So that's precisely what Sahanara Chige is trying to do. He's maintaining that slip, both against the right hand and now against the left hander.
Yeah, they need wickets. That is the only way that they could get back into this game. Indian supporters, probably some family members making their way from India to witness this final. But at the moment, these two batters, they're happy to milk around the singles. They know that the platform has been set, and it's just a matter of building these innings, take it deep so that they can launch again at the latter part of the innings.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're trying to do. They're finding the fielders, but they don't mind it because, see, they have plenty of time. They got 35 overs, including this one, and they're already 155 for 2. So they're looking at what? 180 plus 30 balls. That's 210 balls they're looking at. Sri Lanka, on the other hand, need to tell themselves that India is now aiming big, maybe 400 plus. So if Sri Lanka can pull it back, maybe keep them under 350, 320, it's a moral victory for the Sri Lankans. So it's a mind game from this position.
Yeah, it's all about playing positive cricket. Yes, the opening batters, they got off to a flyer. But Sri Lanka will need to try and pull things back. 16 overs done, 157 for 2.
Ravi slip එක. මල්ල මනුජ. ඕ ඕ ඕ. හොල. අන උඩට වරේ.
Look at the bowling card. Shahan Arachige, the skipper, and Dulad Samudi, the managing to grab a wicket apiece. And V.S. Kanth, he has been the economical bowler. 2 overs and conceding just the 3 runs. And he will continue into his 3rd over. At the moment, the two batters, they haven't tried anything fancy. They're happy to rotate the strike, just play the field. Just like that. Oh, misfield. Misfield. Now they can't afford this. That's a boundary after some time. Tilak Varma will take it with both hands.
Yeah, not great fielding. Not at this stage of the game, not at any stage, but you could ill afford to misfield with India on top, Sri Lanka looking to stop every possible run. That's a substitute. This should have been stopped. Yeah, that needs to be stopped. Or is it this? No, there is a change in the field. Sorry, for a moment I thought that's a substitute. It's not. But those need to be cut off. So that was a gift and a boundary to Tilak Varma.
Well, Roshan, as a bowler, how disappointed you should be, especially bowling a couple of overs just for 3 runs. And your field is not standing up and giving away a boundary, which spoils your figures as well.
So more than your figures, it's about the team situation. So, I mean, Sri Lanka is trying to build pressure. They're trying to build dot balls. and they're trying to create that frustration in the Indian camp. India is doing well here because they're just moving the field around a lot. They still maintain the slip. India very much in control. And that's exactly their game plan. You could see that they're just knocking it into gaps. They're taking no risks. And in the process, you get a misfield, you get a gift. You know, it's more like India grabbing it with both hands. And that's what Tilak Varma would have done.
Yeah, quietly but steadily, these two batters putting up a decent partnership. 27 runs for the third wicket so far. So they'll be happy. They're comfortably in the driver's seat at this stage. Just seeing off the good deliveries. And 7 runs coming off that over. Good one for India. 17 overs done, 164 for 2.
Yes, get them.
Right, 164 for 2 in 17 overs. Just look at those first two names. 94 of 29 and 39 of 29. Look at the contrasting returns. Oh, a bit of turn that time from the off spinner. So it was absolute mayhem, isn't it, when Vaibhav Suryavanshi was going? But this is a bit of an encouraging sign for spin bowlers. That turned a lot, turned quickly as well. So Sri Lanka will be hoping that they'll be able to land that ball in an area that will be threatening. And we do have a few people that have turned up, which is good, very encouraging. And generally, I must tell you, Iran, that Dambulla has been very supportive when cricket is played here. They turn up. I mean, international games, you'll find packed crowds, sell-out crowds.
Yeah, it's good to see spectators making their way out here today to support their respective teams, majority of them being the Sri Lankans. And the rivalry against the two teams, that continues. And at the moment, these two batters, they're very comfortable out there in the middle. Look at that 30-run partnership of 47 deliveries. Runs coming quite easy. But Sri Lankans, they need to try and look for an opportunity. They need to pick up a wicket if they're trying to get India below 350. That would be ideal with the kind of start these two opening batters have got off India to. Oh, dancing shoes. Over mid-off. Half a dozen for Rutraj Gaikwad. That's a fabulous shot. Breaking the shackles. 18 overs done. 173 for 2.
Over.
Oh, 173 on the board for the loss of 2 wickets. Now that previous shot. Oh, Tilak Varma hammers it down the ground. That's a fabulous looking shot. Both batters, they are pumped up.
And they're looking to now pounce on loose deliveries. They've been there long enough. They're starting to, or they've decided to play a few shots when the opportunity persists, just like that. You spoke about the previous 6 and now a 4, so really good bit of momentum for India. 10 runs of 2 deliveries. And what you have to understand here, Iran, is that after the kind of start that India got, Sri Lanka needed a special effort from their bowlers or a bowler. On a good surface, Indian batting is extremely strong and they know how to structure the innings. I mean, if you saw the way Rutraj Gaikwad and Tilak Varma started, and now the way they're trying to move forward, I mean, it also talks about their experience and how they just plan their innings and how they structure their innings. And that's what I'm very interested to see here, what they'll eventually end up with.
Here are Indians, they bat deep, plenty of big hitters. Suryan Shetye, Vipraj Nigam, big names in this format of the game. They have performed in the tournament as well. So India, they're surely looking at 400 plus runs with the kind of start they have got off to. But Sri Lanka, they will need to try and pull things back. 6 runs coming off this over so far.
Kamu maklum dah.
43-run partnership between these two batters. 6 runs coming off that, pulling things back. VS Kant, 19 overs done, 179 for 2.
Forty-three runs for the third wicket. Just 55 balls. Tilak Varma contributing 25 and Gaikwad 17. Well, these are the two batters who are among the runs for India A. In the middle order, the middle frame, they have been very good. Controlling the game, working those singles nicely, waiting for the loose delivery. What I want to mention, Santoshi, is now the stage is set nicely. What these two batters are doing, just carrying it along. Coping with the run rate. Sumathulan into the attack once again. So the two batters are just milking those singles, which is the ideal way to handle this. A lot of overs remaining. Runs on board, wickets in hand. They got that start. They're in a very, very commanding position right now.
Yeah, there's zero pressure in the Indian dugout right now. 118. They're not even faced 20 overs as yet. So they're in a very good position. After losing the toss, been asked to bat first. Tilak Varma's keeper said he wanted to bat first as well. So they knew they got what they wanted. They had a plan to come out and bat first. And the opening partnership, they did the job for the team.
They've been batting first throughout the series. Scored 300 plus runs in 2 occasions. High score being 349 for 9 in this series so far. That's by India A against Afghanistan A. but ended up losing. Ended up losing that game because of the rain interruption, and then the target was revised, and Afghanistan A winning that game with thin margin. And the next outing when they had against Afghanistan A, they managed to get 320 on board. So they have done a very decent job batting first. Now this is the stage now in the finals. Surivani getting that blistering start alongside Priyanjara. That could be a wide. They've set the tone nicely. It's India A on a rhythm, on a roll here in the final.
Yeah, Sri Lanka needs wickets. Those kind of balls are not going to bring Sri Lanka back in the game. They need wickets. They need to break this partnership. They can't let these two batters bat till 35th, 40th over. They need one of these two batters back in the dressing room. Expose that middle order. Oh, that shot and wide and cut away. Tilak Verma, he fancies that shot. He loves playing that shot wide outside off stump. And Mathulan just played into the hands of Tilak Verma.
Once again, there you go. Mathulan giving width on Tilak Verma. He made sure placed it. He placed it with a lot of power in it. And the timing worked well in that shot. Stayed on the front foot, guiding in towards that gap and races along easily. Now, Sri Lanka A, definitely they're in a lot of pressure. What sort of a score they're going to chase, how to break partnership, how to break the shackles, how to restrict. They need someone exceptional.
Encounter between Sri Lanka and India. They know it's going to be a big game. They know it's going to be a cracking game, and the players have not disappointed them as yet.
They are coming in numbers today. A lovely delivery. Peach of a delivery, brilliant. I like the factor that Sahan Narachi is having that slip.
Yeah, definitely. Look at that ball. Nice loop, drift, turn. That's a good ball from Vanudasan. Once again, right on the money. Yeah, talking about the slip, Rajiva. It's the right decision. They need wickets. Sri Lanka needs wickets.
Yeah, just like I mentioned in the previous over. They can't afford to bowl the 50 overs right now. It's not going to end up in a good term for them. Here's crowd coming in. Gate number 2 is open. Free entrance. It's the grand final of the Talent TV A-Team Tri-Nation One Day Series 2026.
Sanen.
These two batters are very smart. They are two smart characters. See the partnership, 55 runs, and the run rate. Yes, they are not coping with it, but still going along nicely in a very, very healthy way. Played uppishly onto the leg side. The fielder will come around, pushes for the second run. 5 runs coming off Vanujasan's first over. 193 for 2 after 21 overs.
So India 193 for 2, being asked to bat first by the Sri Lankan skipper San Arjige. And well, a blistering start from Vaibhav Suryavanshi, 94 from 29, and Priyanchara have laid the foundation for India A for a massive total here in the final at Dambulla. Mathulan, he's conceded 38 off his 3 overs. It's been pretty expensive today, but he's the Northern Star. Northern Hero, rather, like Rajiv Veer Singh, my co-commentator, says. Good bouncer. They need to keep changing things up, Sri Lanka. They need a wicket here, Rajiv.
Yeah, under pressure delivering that super over.
And 1 led to 2. And at that point, Sri Lanka thought that they were slowly but steadily getting back into until these two came together at the crease. even in the international level as well. Nuno Fernando, very good fielder. He can field all over the ground. And good stuff from him. Missing his run up there, Shiraz.
A foul start. Mohammad Shiraz coming in fresh, didn't play the previous game, but doesn't seem to be in fresh with the runs. Has been scored off his bowling. Once again, quick single. This is very good batting. This is top batting from these two batters. A lot of experience coming in, Santosh, in the India A batting lineup. That's why these two batters are number 2 and number 3 in the list, in the top run getters in this Talent TV 18 Tri-Nation one-day series.
Yeah, definitely. Two well-experienced batters. They play a lot of cricket around the world as well. Tilak Verma is one of the consistent players in the national team as well. Ruturaj Gaikwad has played in the international level as well. Once again, that's cut misfield from Sadira Samarakrama. They'll get a single, but it's hit hard. Sadira did well to get some hand on it. Definitely saved some runs, but should have been stopped. But nevertheless, Rajiv, we haven't seen a boundary as yet. It's going the 4th over now. 4 runs off this over as well. So Shiraz has gone to the cleaners, but he's given a brilliant comeback. The last 30 balls, just 24 runs, 1-4 only. That's what I was talking about, Rajiv. Just the one boundary they have managed to score. That was pulled straight to the deep square leg fielder. Ruturaj Gaikwad will feel disappointed. Maybe he could have played it to the gap, collected a boundary, but nevertheless, just 5 runs off this over. Not got a bound in the last 4 overs. India, good stuff from Sri Lanka A bowlers. They kept things quiet, slowly building the pressure, building up on the dot balls, not giving away those boundaries.
Pace off delivery, placed it nicely into the gap. Couple of runs for Tilak Verma. And Shiraz has conceded 50 runs in his 4 overs, 7 of it, 24 done, 207 for 2. Well, good going. They're in a very good stage at the moment, India A. Almost half of their allocated overs, but they have managed to get past 200 runs. "30 boundaries in this innings so far, 24s and 10 sixers. Yeah, that was an inside edge. That's a lot of runs in boundaries. 24s and 10 sixers.
That's 140 runs in boundaries, Rajiv. But that's courtesy vibe of Surivani, I would say. The way he took on the bowling, Rajiv, the way he knew what he was doing. He was in his zone. Nothing was going to stop him. Anything in his arc, he was going for it. No matter if there was a field on the boundary or not. I remember he took on the field at deep cover as well. He was not afraid to play his shots. He was given the license to go from ball 1, and definitely did not disappoint. That's the start that he gave to his team, and that's what these two batters are carrying on.
Yeah, he delivered and executed perfectly today. I'll tell you, he played his natural inning, and the coaching staff, the skipper, the players backed him a lot. And what he did, saved a single, Sadira there. What he did was, he played it nicely. He got the start, got a boundary off the first delivery. Then he continued to show his true talent. Very good over from Wanuja Sahan. Just two singles of it. Halfway through India innings, 209 for 2. Top wicket takers in this Talent TV team. Tri-Nation One-Day Series. Famanullah, 10 wickets for him. Top of the list, and 7 for Abdullah Yaskan, 6 wickets. Tulad Samadin, 6 wickets in just 2 games. And Mathulan also picking up 6 wickets. Just the only spinner in the lineup is Yaskant. That shows how spinners have struggled on this surface in the middle frame to get wickets. And it has been run fest for the batters. And most of the wickets for the seamers have come in the death overs or in the power play. It's a batter's paradise here in Rangiredambol International Cricket Stadium.
The surface gets better and better for batting, Rajiva. You get just a little bit of purchase for the spinners, but it's a slow turn. You can rock back and play your horizontal bat shots, but it's been a hard toil for the spinners throughout this series. Yaskant, yes, he's been good. He's got purchase off the surface. He's spun the ball both ways, created trouble for the batters, picked up 6 wickets, but the rest of the bowling, or the rest of the spinners rather, they struggled to pick wickets.
Maybe that shout pitching outside the leg stump, I would say height would have been involved as well. To the finals, the Stars in action. In 4 weeks' time, more Stars will be in action for the LPL. Starting on the 17th of July. And the final will be on the 8th of August. That will be in Colombo. But 5 games will be played here in Dambulla. Starting the series, the LPL, the 6th edition from SSC, the newly built, constructed lights, the floodlights for the World Cup. And then move to Kandy and Dambulla, back in Colombo. So Mohammad Shiraz also been a part of the LPL, playing for Jaffna Kings. He's in action today.
Yeah, good over so far. 4 dot balls against run of play. Something Sri Lanka needed the most. Yeah, brilliant. Brilliant from Shiraz, using all his experience, hitting the right lengths, not giving anything on offer for the well-set Tilak Verma, man in form for India, the skipper. He's been brilliant throughout this series, but Shiraz has scored an excellent over so far.
The first maiden over for the Sri Lanka bowlers. 26 overs done, 209 for 2.
ගබ්බල්ලා ඕන මේක බල්ලාද අරක් ගන්න.
This is the bowling so far where
ආන්නේ මේක.
Sri Lankan A is concerned. Dulaj has been expensive. Vanuja Sahan will start his fourth. But this is how Gaikwad and Varma will play around. 32 for Rutraj, 40 for Varma. India moved to 210 for 2 after that explosive start. We're in the 27th over. There are plenty of overs in hand, and they will want to keep wickets going into about the 40th over. That will be what they will be looking at. But I feel that Sri Lanka might have pulled things back a little bit, as we say. Good afternoon to Roshan.
Yeah, good afternoon, Kosala. Well, we do have a few people that have turned up, more than a few, I must say. But this partnership has been very impressive. The way Varma and Gaikwad has constructed the innings. Gaikwad has dropped anchor. Varma has looked to not exactly aggressive, but look to play a little bit quicker and look for runs more regularly. But to me, both of them, they seem to be in for the long haul.
Yeah, right, as I mentioned, they will want to bat a little deep. And we all know what Tilak Varma can do. It can be very explosive. But also Vanuja Sahan has been good. His lines have been good. His lengths have been okay. He's not given many loose balls. And that time, has it got enough to run away? Yes, it does. The moment you err on the surface, you're going to be punished. And that's exactly what happened. It's the end of the over. It's 2-1, 5 for 2 at the end of 27. Shiraz been expensive, none for 50 from his 5. So he's almost gone at 10 runs and over, but I thought that he came back well with that comeback spell. He bowled a maiden in the previous over. But Roshan, the key is that start, that partnership, the opening, the way they got about things have really put India on a good platform to get a very big score.
You talk about setting the tone. So I think the Indian opener set the tone brilliantly. This is a look at that last ball. I mean, Vanuja Sahan went wide of the crease, no doubt, but just got that armour wrong because he was onto the pads a little bit more. And in fairness to Gaikwad, I think he read it. He knew as soon as he went wide of the crease that he's looking to try and push it in. So that's why the sweep came out, and underage but still very useful.
This partnership's almost worth 80 runs. The current rate is just under 8 and over. With wickets in hand, India might be now looking at something even 350 plus. And again, just look at how they get about their game, Roshan. Running with the shot. They're very in control. They don't need to be really doing that, taking that a little bit of risk, but they still keep doing it.
See, the other thing about the Indian innings is that they have maintained a very healthy scoring rate. Just under 8 runs and over. You said 350 plus. They'll be disappointed if they're stopped at 350. Because they have the potential to go more, maybe even up to 400 and a little bit beyond that. That's if they bat at their best.
Oh, just you can't afford to bowl there. Now look at how quick Rutraj Gaikwad picked that length from Shiraz. and he just, like a ballet dancer, put it down to the square leg boundary.
I can understand where Siraj is coming from. He just wants to mix it up, but he got it wrong. And also, Siraj is not the quickest. So, on this surface, look at the time he has. It was also going down the leg side, so it was more of a help. Just look at how he helps it. You know, he just pivots on that one leg, helps it beautifully. Because Shiraz would have wanted it more around the off stump.
I just can't even. Oh, he's got him! For a moment, we thought that he bowled on the wrong leg, but how did Gaikwad miss that? That is what we need to do. I think we'll deceive a pace that might have been a slow one. I feel, Roshan, that it just trickled off his pad, but I feel that that was a slower delivery, that Gaikwad was deceived for pace, but that's a big wicket. That's a big wicket.
Let's see what happened here. Well, it's a bit difficult for me to say that, but definitely off the pad or just brushed it. Gaikwad moved inside the line, looked to work it fine, but yes, as you said, a big wicket. Out for 40, India 220 for 3.
आइए है Come back.
So the new batsman in is Kumar. He got a half century in the previous game against Sri Lanka. 220 for 3, a very important time where Sri Lanka has pulled back a wicket. If they can get in a few more dot balls, yeah, that's Kumar Kushagra. He's been brought into this side as a specialized batter. But Shiraz, his comeback spell has been good except for that short ball that he bowled previously. His last 9 balls have only gone for 5 runs with a wicket. But again, that line that he's bowling, it's very close. Now, interesting to see where that pitched. Now, this is the wicket that fell. It is more of a seam-up delivery, but it brushed his pad and hit the stumps. Take a look at that very closely. But I feel that is unlucky for the batsman. Normally when he hits the pad, it goes more finer, but this time it went the other way.
No.
That's a good delivery. That's a better line to bowl. Definitely a better line from Shiraz. Now, Shiraz needs support from the other end, because I thought he's bowled 2 decent overs and good overs. He's picked up a wicket. I would feel that Sahanara Chicke might want to bring a bowler like V.S. Khan in, looking for that wicket from the other side. It's 220 for 3. And Kumar will open his account. India will add 1 more to their total, which is 221 for 3, and that will also mark the end of the 28th over.
Like, Maro, like.
So the Indian batting card, Vaibhav Suryavanshi at the top, 94 of 29. What an innings that was. Ably supported by Priyansh Arya, who made 39. Ruchrat's got 40, Varma. So everybody's chipped in.
Bye, Hari, done.
Viaskan Vijayakan brought in. Yeah, that is the key. He's looking for wickets. Narachige.
Yeah, no, it's always good to have a leg spinner, isn't he? He's an attacking option. And if he can get his act together, he can be a more than useful asset. That's not the line to bowl. He's got to be careful. And also, I don't mind the second run because it allows VS Khan to bowl more to the right-hander. So Sri Lanka need to attack the new batter, bowl more to him. And VS Khan needs to bowl well. When I say well, around middle or the off stump, that's better. That is better. That's more like the line.
Yeah, a little bit slower through there, drawing the batsman out. That's what he needs to be doing. He pulls a lot of top spin. Too full, but it's okay. He'll pick up one. Now, how does he go to Tilak Varma? He had a slip for Kushagra. Now that slip will come out. Varma has been middling the ball well. The ball will be spinning into him. So we got a deep square, a deep mid and a long on. 3 boundary riders on the onside, 2 inside the circle in short fine and short mid. So the line of attack will be more of a middle and off stump and try to spin it into Tilak Varma. That length wasn't good, too short. He had all the time to work on that.
See, to me, that length is a more defensive length. With the left hand on strike, with the right hand on strike, he was looking to bowl slower, slightly fuller. See, you could see that he's pushing it through quicker and not letting Tilak Varma play those shots. 224 for 3.
My name is Makularam.
So we see spin from both ends now. It's Fernando. Oh, it's Arachige, sorry. The skipper decides to come on. He's a guy who got the breakthrough for Sri Lanka. He's a very useful bowler, Roshan. Like, to me, he's a little bit more than a part-timer. He has the ability to bowl at any stage of the innings. He would open the bowling, bowl in the power plays. It's good.
And also, that opening partnership just caused the Sri Lankan bowling plans to completely be thrown out of the window. So, Sahan Arachige tried quite a few bowlers in the power play at albeit a very heavy cost. So now he needs to get his bowling back together. Now that's drifting down the leg side. They needed to stop the second, but they'll come back for 2. So it's very important that he uses his bowlers judiciously. And then the fact that we saw Shiraz coming back for a spell, we see VS Khan being used. So They got to realign their bowling
प्लीज
plans.
गाइस मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करो, लाइक करो, शेयर करो.
Sri Lanka's used 7 bowlers so far. 4 spinners, 3 paces. Tilak Varma. He's such a risky player, Roshan. He will work you around many times.
Did you say 7 bowlers? I thought they might use all 11. The way Vaibhav Suryavanshi was going, because nobody seemed to be able to stop him. I mean, I give credit to the batter. Any captain would have struggled with that kind of an onslaught. But he was definitely in the mood. I mean, everything he touched was turning to gold.
Oh, very well swept. But there is protection down there. They get a single. 30 overs will be completed by Sri Lanka. It's 229 for 3.
जो बंदा लाइक नहीं किया, लाइक बटन को दबाओ.
Viaskan continues, so 2 spinners operating in tandem. This is a section of the crowd that's coming. They come in their numbers. It's a Sunday. So we'll see more as the game goes on, and especially when Sri Lanka is batting. We'll hope to see more spectators coming in.
स्क्रीन के ऊपर डबल टैप करो, जल्दी करो, जल्दी करो. वीडियो डिलीट हो जाएगा
Really
फिर.
didn't get the power behind it. The weight was more transformed onto his back leg rather than the front. That's good. That's a good ball. That's a good ball. It hurried Kushagra.
I like the pace Viaskanth is bowling. He's not looking to sort of loop it, but instead he's pushing it and getting a fair bit of revs on the ball by what we see, and also landing in good areas. That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what he's trying to do from around that point. If he can get a ball to turn, and he's got a man at short extra cover, he's got a man at slip, so there'll be two fielders in business.
And he's a bowler who gets a lot of overspin rather than side spin. So that's what he's trying. He's trying to get them to push, but it's a different feel for Varma. He'll pick up a single, Varma. So Tilak Varma, on the other hand, Roshan, has always got starts. He's got the 40s, he's got the 50s, but he's not really gone on to convert into a big score. He's not converted them into a 3-figure score, so he'll be looking for something today.
Good bowling.
That just pushed in very quickly by Viaskan. Last ball coming up in the over. It's been a tight over from the right arm leg spinner. Oh, good, very well bowled. That was a googly, but I felt that Kushagra read it. It's 231 for 3 at the end of 31. The bowling, except for VS Khan and Manuja, all the other bowlers have been expensive. The economies of beyond 6. And Sahana Arachike will continue to roll his arm around again. He's into his 4th over. He's got 1 for 25. Very well bowled. That's what you need to be doing. He's drawing the batsman out. Look at that drift that he got there, Roshan.
Yeah, that's brilliant, isn't it? That's an off spinner's dream. You drift it in and try and find some turn from there. That would obviously be the plan. But well done to Tilak Varma. Got close to it, covered it. Oh, would have been an outstanding catch, I'll tell you. Would have been a stunning catch. Just in there for a moment, Sahanarachige thought he was in business.
Yeah, he's slowing it a little bit. He's trying to get those reds coming in. And I also have a feeling that he saw Kushaka coming down the track on that occasion. Dropped it in shorter this time. Tilak Varma brings a sweep into play. But luckily, there's protection down there. But that's not the line that he should be bowling. He was trying to fire that one a little quickly.
Let's take a look at that previous effort. Sahanarachige, brilliantly bowled, beautifully bowled. More than brilliant, very well bowled. And a good effort. Would have been a stunning catch. This time. Now that is a really good shot. Great timing. Great presence of mind. Hit with the turn. So minimum risk. Maximum result.
Well, this is what he was trying in the previous ball as well. Coming down the track and trying to get underneath that. And this time it does get underneath it. There you go. Look at that, the flow of the bat. Good connection. Good clean hit. And suddenly, Kumar Kushaka breaks that shackles. They were dried out for some boundaries. And that's what has done, because he just fires the next one in 10 runs from the 32nd. It's 2-4, 1 for 3.
जो जो बंदा लाइक नहीं किया प्लीज लाइक कर लो स्क्रीन के ऊपर डबल टैप करो जल्दी एक लाइक डाल दो जल्दी एक लाइक डाल दो
241 for 3. If you're just joining this coverage of whichever part of the world you are in, it's a bright and sunny afternoon here at the Rangiri Tambulu International Cricket Stadium. It's the final of the Tri-Series A teams, which also featured Afghanistan A, India A, and Sri Lanka A. The final is between India A and Sri Lanka A. This is the bowling card. 7 bowlers used. If you look at the top 4 bowlers, they've all gone beyond 8 runs. Yes, they picked up wickets, Shiraz, Sahan and Dulai, but their economies are beyond 8. It's Vyas Khan and Vanuja Sahan who just managed to keep their economy under 5. But the reason for that is there was a big onslaught at the top from Vaibhav Surivani, but it's Vanuja Sahan who comes back. Just coming back to that, the Sri Lankan A captain won the toss. They invited the Indian A team to bat, and Vaibhav Suryavanshi just got them off to a dream start. This man, Roshan, to me, Kumar Kushagra, looks a little bit of an aggressive player. He likes to get on with the game. He looks a busy player to me.
Well, if you look at the Indian batting, all of them are players who are scoring at a healthy rate. I haven't found anyone who's, defensive and blocking. They are looking for runs. They're maintaining a strike rate of 60, 70, not 60, maybe 70, close to 80. But that's where you tend to appreciate the quality of Indian batting, because most of these youngsters play a lot of T20 cricket. So if you look at Vaibhav, he came here and he played the T20 innings, and he took basically the wind off the sails of the Sri Lankan bowling. And if you look at the likes of Tilak Varma, who's trying to be cheeky there, he has transformed himself brilliantly from someone who can score really quick runs to a player who's looking to structure his innings. That's a very relaxed dugout, isn't it? The Indian dugout. And why not? They have done nothing wrong so far.
Also the fact that how Tilak Varma has played throughout this series. We all know how aggressive he can be. But he's really played a real captain's innings whenever he's going to bat. He's anchored that middle order. To get a single again. And he's also taken the opportunity that, okay, I'll play the second fiddle role. I'll wait, I'll try to bat deep. It's the end of the over, 243 for. Yeah, this is what we were talking. How good has Indian batting been at the top? Everybody contributing. And even the new batter in, Kumar Kushagra, he's also gone in double figures in no time. Tilak Varma, he's on 49. Another half century in the making for the Indian skipper. Vyas Khan has changed ends. He's now coming in from the Tambula end. 54. The skipper, 244 for 3. But what a innings that has been. 70 balls to get there. But he's really batted well. Just 4 boundaries. He's fourth half century in this series. So how well he's held that middle order together. Amazing. Fantastic. And hats off for the skipper. Now, what does Kumar Kushagra do?
Now, if you look at the field, there's a slip coming in. I think Sadira Samaravikrama is coming across from long on. They're opening up that offside area. They're going to have a slip. Looks like Sadira to me, who came into slip. Mid on inside the 30-yard circle. Well bowled. That's a rare delivery from V.S. Khan because he doesn't turn that much. He doesn't really turn too much on leg breaks. Doesn't bowl too many leg breaks for that matter. But beautifully bowled. Landed in the perfect place.
But he doesn't follow it up with a...
But this can happen, isn't it, when you are wrist spinners who intend to bowl loose. But again, he was now trying to bowl it quicker, and he's dropping that arm. That's why he's getting it short. He'll just get a single.
And also, I think these are not an easy end to bowl because there's a very strict, very strong cross breeze because we did see the off spinner drifting to the left hand. So now if the leg spinner is going to drift to the pads, he's going to be taken apart on the leg side. So that's a bit of a challenge. So he has to control. That's clever. Really clever. Very good bowling by V.S. Kant. I think Tilak Varma was more premeditated with that shot. He was aiming mid-wicket. And very clever bowling by V.S. Kant. He was a few steps ahead of the batter.
Yeah, quite right. And that was the googly. That was the googly. The invitation with the mid-wicket open. Great work, but unlucky to the bowler. But that's building pressure on the batter now. Oh, that's poor, but Tilak Varma almost made a mess of that. It's 247 for 3, 34 overs done in the Indian A innings.
For the loss of 3 wickets. Healthy partnership.
This is where the fielding captain will select a ball to bowl the remaining 16 overs. Previously saw umpire Chamar Soisa just throwing that non-used ball towards the 4th umpire. I reckon Sri Lanka A will like the softer one because the batters are going very hard at the bowlers. Wanujasan has been good today, conceding under 4 runs and over 5 overs, just 18 runs, wicketless. He is struggling. Spinners struggle alongside the middle frame.
Yeah, but all in all, if you take a closer look at Manju Sahan's bowling performance so far, 5 overs, 18 runs, make it 19 with that single, but they should be very pleased. Yes, he hasn't got that wicket that he's looking for, but with the carnage that we have seen from ball number 1, he should be very happy. But the important factor, Rajiv, is that the batters, they're quite comfortable out there in the middle. They're happy to milk the singles around with 7 wickets in hand. And 15 overs after this one, I'm sure they're eyeing 400.
Yeah, to get to 400 run after this over, they will have to go 10 runs and over. Well, Sri Lanka wouldn't be very much happy to chase such a target. Well, I reckon maybe the run rate coming down, pulling things back, bowling a lot of dot deliveries, containing the batter. Not offering freebies, but this partnership, 42 balls for the 30 runs for the 4th wicket between these 2 batters. Kumar Kusharga handling the situation pretty well. Well, that goes the scoop. Plays it nicely into the gap. Couple of runs for Tilak Varma. This is clever batting. Very good batting from Tilak Varma. 4 half centuries in this series.
The skipper doing what he's really good at. He knows where the fielders are, and one of the safest shots on top of the wicket-keeper's head. He has been in good form, very good form throughout the series, playing that captain's role from the front line. 32-run partnership so far between these two batters. On the other hand, Kumar Kushagra, he's coming back into this game with a half-century in his previous encounter as well.
Yeah, two batters are in form, Iran, for sure. Tilak Verma in 5 outings, scoring 4 half-centuries. That's a batter in form, I'll say. Yes, Kumar Kushagra, second game in this tri-series. But in the middle frame, he has handled things quite easily, quite well. 6 runs off it, 35 done, 253 for 3. We got a piece for the top 3 bowlers, but they've gone for plenty. Those are the bowlers who were involved in that carnage. Knock from Surivani. But for me, the pick of the bowler so far is Vyaskanth. 7 overs, 23 runs. He's wicketless, but he has bowled 24 dot deliveries. Landed the ball in proper areas, bowled well, spun the ball, especially with that wrong one. But Ramit Fernando has been introduced into the attack. That's his third spell. He's bowled 4 overs, conceding 31 runs around. Another good prospect for Sri Lanka cricket. Very good all-rounder, very good fielder. Can hit that ball. He has the opportunity to break the partnership. I reckon this is a tactical move, because Tilak Verma is trying to break the shackles now. He has got the half-century, the left-hander. With Sri Lanka A needing wickets in the middle frame. Good move from Sahanara Chike.
A quick single. Good running between the wickets, but to my understanding, what Tilak Verma needs to do, he needs to anchor. He needs to play through the innings, because he has spent some time out there in the middle, 77 deliveries, and he needs to get the other batters to try and accelerate. Because if you do recall the game against the Afghanistan batters, in fact the Afghanistan team, Tilak Verma and Rutraj Gaikwad, both of them, they threw their wickets at a crucial stage. And that really led to that down scoring at the latter part of the Indian innings. So I believe Tilak Verma, being the senior batting, in fact the senior batter at this stage, he needs to bat deep.
Wealthy catch, comfortably taken. Yes, Ramit Fernando bowling from the new video box end. Had again some drift. Has a nice breeze going across. How hard for the bowlers, Iran, especially with 2 fielders. Oh, lovely delivery, that drift, that seam, angling in towards the stumps of Tilak Verma. How hard it is for the bowlers inside the power play when a batter like the vibe of Surivani is out there. Oh, switch hit. Tilak Verma on that occasion trying to go for a switch hit. Didn't get connection.
Well, this is where he needs to be very, very watchful. From the colors gloves onto the stumps, because a wicket here for India. they'll be kind of pushed onto the back foot. Good over, just the 2 runs by Ravindu. 36 overs done, 255 for 3.
Oh!
That's the batting card. Carnage at the top. R and Vibe are getting India off to a flyer, a dream start in a big final. And Rutraj Gaikwad, alongside Tilak Varma, putting up that partnership in the middle passage of the game, anchoring the innings. And now we could see the youngster Kumar Kushagra alongside the skipper, putting up another decent partnership, 30 plus runs, as they move on to that latter part of the innings with 7 wickets in hand. We have Mathulan back in action. Oh, very good delivery. In dipping Yorker.
Well, he's touched expensive today. 43 runs into his 5th over. With India after this over, they have 13 overs remaining, but they have a very good depth in their batting lineup. Shetge to follow, Nishant Sindhu, Vipraj, Nigam, Anukul Roy. They all can hit that ball. What Tilak Varma has done, showing his maturity out here in the middle frame. He's controlling the game nicely with that start and going along nicely into that 10th overs with the platform set by the opening pair. So currently India A in a driving seat.
Yeah, Tilak Varma, he has done it throughout the tournament, as we did speak in the previous overs as well. That shows the level of maturity, the international exposure, playing under pressure, anchoring an innings when you have the platform set at the beginning.
No!
So this is very good. And the Sri Lankan bowlers, they can't afford to let this go. They need to try and pull things back. If India are looking at 400, Sri Lankans, they need to try and restrict them under 350. That'll be a big win with the kind of start that the Indian batters got off to.
Yeah, my question is, even 350 is a very good score to chase down. That's going to be a some ask. Oh, lofted straight back past the bowler. 1 bounce, and Kumar Kushaga gets a timely boundary.
Well, that's a textbook, classical off-drive, lofted off-drive, in fact, right past back the bowler's head. Look at that. Beautiful high elbows. The safest place in the ground if you're looking for a shot. Straight as an arrow. That's picture perfect.
Yeah, through the line. Played it very straight. Once again, flicks it off his bats. This is pure timing. Lovely bit of wrist work involved from Kumar Kushaga. This is true class. And Mathulan is an immense pressure bowling those half volleys they run.
This is great batting. This is young talent for Indian cricket. Now take a closer look at that delivery. The previous one in the slot downtown. This one full and plenty of wrist work. Beautiful piece of timing. Oh, that's a good delivery. Very good comeback by Mathulan, but still 11 runs coming off over number 37. 265 for 3. Well, that's the Manhattan. Look at the power play. 140 runs in the first 10 overs. Yes, Sri Lanka managed to get the 2 wickets, but the damage was done. Top edge. Lucky there. Quick single. Now, Rajiv, we could see that the Indian batters are trying to put their foot on the accelerator.
Yeah, right time to shift gears. Because there's only approximately 17 deliveries before that extra fielder goes outside the 30-yard circle. So they will have to deal with 5 boundary riders in the last power play. Oh, lovely shot. Slog sweep. Goes sailing over deep mid-wicket. And Tilak Verma gets his first 6.
We just spoke about putting their foot on the accelerator. And look at Tilak Verma going down on one knee, sweeping in front of square. He knew that the short mid-wicket fielder was inside the circle, and he just dragged it. Brilliant piece of batting. This is absolutely great work by the skipper himself, leading from the front in the middle passage.
That's the line, I reckon, that the line of uncertainty. A 50-run stand for the 4th wicket between those 2 batters. I think Kumar Kusharga contributing 30 runs. It has come in very quick time, I'll tell you, around 54 of just 61 deliveries. Where projected score says 364. I reckon they're going to go beyond that if they have wickets in hand.
Once again, hammers it down the ground. That is power. Poor bowling plus power batting. 4 more runs for Kumar Kushagra.
Yeah, I agree, it's a poor delivery. The flicker once again. Lofts it straight. Backside, back past the bowler. And then mid-off is inside. There's enough of timing, enough of placement nicely. There's a lot of time for the batter to rock back and place it. Even if it was going aerial, even if it was lofted nicely. Oh, sweep shot, top edge once again. Expensive over. 13 runs coming off it. 279 for 3.
लाइक शेयर करो, सब्सक्राइब करो चैनल को। स्क्रीन के ऊपर डबल टैप करो, डबल टैप।
Well, for the past 15 minutes, it's very evident that the Indian batters are trying to go after the bowlers with 7 wickets in hands. There you go, what I was talking about. 30 deliveries, 36 runs. So with wickets in hand, they're trying to utilize this last couple of overs before we have an extra field outside the 30-yard circle. Vanuja Sahani has been good with the ball in hand. He has kept the batters testing. Yes, he hasn't got that wicket. He hasn't managed to get the breakthrough, but still, he is very promising.
प्लीज लाइक करो, शेयर करो, वीडियो को लाइक करो और सब्सक्राइब करो चैनल को.
Yes, they're milking those singles and getting that odd boundary for the bad deliveries. Very good stand. 60 runs of 66 balls. And Tilak Verma loves the leg side. The slog sweep got a 6 in the previous over. So Vanuja Sahan will have to look out not to bowl outside the off stump because that frees Tilak Verma to go.
අන්න හරි.
There
එහෙම
you
ඕනේ.
see, he's trying to make some room, trying to loft it over, extra cover maybe. This is where Tilak Verma has been genius. He's using that experience, the maturity has come. He's just 23 years of age. But
නියමයි. එයි.
how matured he is. There you see once again, couple of runs. Leading the side, he's the deputy in the India T20 squad. He's given the opportunity and he has raised himself. He has been so potential. He's a batter who has that great potential to build innings, especially in the middle frame.
ඔබ දාපන් බෝලේ.
Oh.
දාපන්.
Foul start. I reckon Tilak Verma was not ready there.
3 runs coming off this over so far in the first 5 deliveries. We're into the final delivery.
නියමයි. නියමයි.
Yeah, good over for Sri Lanka.
No.
Conceding just the 3 runs, 39 overs done. 2-8-2 for 3.
දාරෙන් දෙන්නපා. මෙතනින් දාපන්. ඊට වඩරොත් තමයි අද දාරෙ. හරි. හරි.
We're into the final over of the second power play. So from over number 40, the Sri Lankans will have the liberty of having an extra fielder outside the 30-yard circle. But look at the partnership, 62 runs of 69 deliveries, a timely partnership coming almost at a run a ball. And for the past 20 to 25 minutes, these two batters changing gears, putting their foot on the accelerator, trying to take the Sri Lankan bowlers on, as they should be rightly doing, with 7 wickets in hand. 11 overs, that's 66 legal deliveries. The runner ball will get them close to 350. But with 7 wickets in hand, they will have plenty on offer.
White straying down the leg side. Last over in the second power play. For India A, they are in a very good position, Iran, going into the last 10 overs, just losing only 3 wickets. Oh, switch hit. Out. I reckon that was pitched in line. Kumar Kushagra, wrong shot selection, I would say. And Robert Fernando striking at a very crucial time in this game, in this innings for India A. And I reckon there you see pitched, yes, maybe on the leg stump and then crash in the stumps for sure. Yeah, he's bumped, he's happy. Kumar Kushaga departs for 36. India A losing the 4th wicket on 283.
The new man walks out to the middle, Suryan Shetke. Well, what a time for him to come out to the middle. With India having a great platform. And we are into the final 10 overs after this run. He's in good form, couple of half centuries in a very ideal time in the previous games. And coming in a very short time as well. A healthy strike rate. Very forceful. Ravindu Fernando mixing things up.
Ravindu Fernando striking. Trying to go for that switch hit. Kumar Kushagra. Time that India A would have loved to have him out there because he was well set. Scored 36 runs. But Tilak Verma is out there. The skipper anchoring the innings perfectly. That's the flicker. The one that goes the other way through the arm. Quite over so far from Ravindu Fernando into the 7th over, getting a wicket at a crucial time. He would love to get rid of Tilak Verma as well. Oh, stoppage. Good comeback over from Ravindu Fernando.
Yeah, it's going to be very crucial. The wicket falling at a very crucial time for India. Once again, a good delivery. We'll finish things off. A successful over for Sri Lanka. 40 overs done. 285 for 4. By Ravindra Vimalasiri, indicating that it's power play 3 where the Sri Lankans will have the liberty of having one extra fielder. And look at the numbers coming in. Plenty of spectators making their way into the Rangiri Dambuli International Cricket Stadium. Gate 2 is open. We had a little bit of fireworks during the first 10 overs. And we are sure that we might have some extra fireworks. And there you go. There's a chance though. And it's a wicket. Tilak Verma trying to clear the deep mid-wicket boundary and throws away his wicket at a very crucial time.
This has been the factor. Tilak Verma getting into half centuries, the 60s, 70s, not going for a bigger score. And 2 quick wickets for Sri Lanka A at a very crucial time. Vanuja Sahan, he bowled well so far. And this is the first wicket for him. A reward for Vanuja Sahan. Tilak Verma departs for 67, India A to 85 for 5.
Nishan Sidhu, the new man who walks out to the middle. Now, we did discuss this during our previous overs as well, Rajiva. Sri Lanka grabbing couple of wickets at a very crucial time, and you did mention that, and I did mention that it would be ideal if Sri Lanka can manage to keep them within 350.
Yeah, indeed, I was telling that Sri Lanka would be happy to get rid of Tilak Verma. Now 2 batters in. But they don't have much time around to settle things down. It's the power play. And it's where you see a lot of aggression coming in, shifting gears. Batters come, batters then they will have to hit boundaries. Yes, this is a very good delivery once again. Just trying to drag it outside the off stump. not getting a clean strike. Avishka Fernando, comfortable catch. He's a very good fielder in the outfield. And Vanuja Sahan gets his reward for better bowling. A good spell from him. And being very economical in the context of the game. Bowling slower through the air now, building that confidence. Vanuja Sahan into the 8th over, just conceding 28 runs only, where other bowlers, most of the bowlers, have gone to the cleaners.
Yeah, that is how good he has been with the ball in hand. Good game awareness, understanding the pace of the wicket, realizing what's the speed that he needs to be bowling. That's a key factor when it comes to a spinner, especially when the Indian batters are looking to go after you. He hasn't given any pace, especially the previous wicket against Tilak Varma. He slowed it up, and that really rewarded him with that important breakthrough.
And I think this is the perfect time. Yes, Kant has 3 overs remaining. Vanuja Sahan needs to bring him, get more wickets. Yes, Kant has 3 overs remaining. So it's a very good over from Vanuja Sahan. Wicket taking 1, 3 runs only conceded, and 41 done to 88 for 5.
Five, 42nd over just about to commence. Well, as I say, good afternoon to Roshan. I think Roshan, India will be now kicking themselves because I think they've got themselves. They had a very commanding position, but now the half of their side is back in the pavilion. Now what's the score that they will want?
Well, I think it's a definite recovery for Sri Lanka to get India to 289 for 5 into the 42nd over with 8 overs to go. And well, now I think 350. That might be the target thereafter, but 350 on this surface so far, I think it's a very challenging target. Now, what has he bowled him? Yes, he has. Round his legs. I think we saw Ravindu Fernando do this.
TV umpire director, we need to check ball. TV umpire director, umpire referral for ball. Shall we start from front foot? Fair delivery, fair delivery. Give me side on replay, please. Okay, I have made my decision. Please focus the light, please.
Well, that's a confirmation, but this is what we saw with Ravindu Fernando, who would bowl that leg break with his fingers more than the wrist.
So you go. That's a big wicket where Sri Lanka is concerned because he's a very dangerous customer. Yeah, but that didn't really put Sri Lanka back in this game. They got 6 wickets. No. Well, there you go. That's what happened. That is almost a leg break, but as you quite correctly said, he doesn't turn his wrist, but he does it with his fingers. More like a flicker to me, but it landed in the correct area. The mistake that Chetke did was he got his foot inside the line. Now Sri Lanka will feel. Now Vipraj Nigam is a new batsman. Now he's also got a half century. Yeah. Now this man's also got a half century in this series. And that is at a time when they were 143 for 7 in that game against Sri Lanka. Now when that match that went into a super, so they do bat deep, Roshan.
Yeah, that's been the hallmark, isn't it, of Indian batting, the depth they carry. We talk about how strong their batting is, and I think they are still in a very, very comfortable position. 290 for 6 in the 42nd over. I mean, you could have asked for anything better, but if you break it in stages and look at where they were and now where they are, yes, they'll be disappointed. But overall, the bigger picture, they're still very, very safe and solid, and they got the opportunity to build.
Yep, spot on. 291 for 6. We will have 8 overs after this. That's 48 balls. Oh, very well bowled. I don't think there was a touch in it, but he was trying to play it very late. But I think this is excellent bowling from Ravindra Fernando. He's mixing things up. We'll take a look at that again. No, I don't think that had anything to do with the bat. It's also the end of the 42nd. India are 291 for 6. Sri Lanka relying on their spinners to bowl in this critical. This is the crowd that's coming to watch this game. They might have been really surprised the way Vaibhav went about things at the top, and they might have been disappointed. But Sri Lanka, to me, have really crawled back into this game. Now, Nishant this time tries to go big. Now, this is what India needs to be mindful of, Roshan. These two batters, like, they can't be looking for the boundary ball every time. They need to keep rotating the strike, and if they can get somewhere around 8 runs in the remaining 8, that's 64, they will feel that they got to that 350 mark.
Well, I feel they will 8 overs to go. They'll bat maybe another 4 overs, and 4 or 5. But normal.
No.
Look for those short singles.
කදේ ගහන්න ඉන්නේ පස්ස තල්ලු ගන්න පුළුවන් කදේ ගහන්න ඉන්නේ අදිර උඩින්ම ගන්න
Was he on the pitch? Good job. Well, also interesting to look at whether Vipraj, will we talk about it? This is the last wicket. This is the one that bowled Shetgate behind his legs. Turning out to be a very good over at the moment, and Sri Lanka will want a few overs like this.
293 for 6. Now both these batters can be aggressive. Now Sri Lanka has picked up 3 quick wickets within the frame for 8 runs. Well, he tries to be innovative but finds a fielder. Nishan means business. I don't think he wants to stick around much. He will want to look for that glory shot, get the boundaries, because the boundaries have dried up. Oh, that's a poor delivery. But he was lucky. Manager Sahan might have been very lucky that Nishant didn't put that one away. It's also the end of the over. 294 for 6 at the end of the 43rd.
The bowling card, 2 wickets for Ravindu. A wicket apiece for Siraj, Sahan, Dilaj. Ravindu will continue. Good. That's what we need to be doing. Need to be fielding well off your own bowling.
Brilliant comeback. I'll tell you, excellent comeback by Sri Lanka. And they are definitely fighting hard. But still a lot of cricket left. And the other thing is, oh no. For a moment I thought it was covered. It wasn't. I think the field at mid-wicket lost sight of it and just didn't go towards it. This is a welcome boundary for Sri Lanka. That's poor fielding in my opinion.
Yeah, India will take that. But again, I thought, what do you call it, Roshan? Daydreaming?
I don't know. Maybe he lost it. You see, the mid-wicket fielder hardly moved.
But they will look for 2 here. And very good. That's better. That's what he should be doing. Put the pressure on the batters. Not allow those second runs to be taken. There's Luis Fernando. He was the one who was fielding at deep mid-wicket. 299 now for 6. Projected score says 344, but India will look to try and beat that. These two will play a big role. They both can really hit the long ball. Oh, that's a beauty. That's a beauty. There is a shout maybe for a catch behind, but I would feel that's a beautiful delivery.
Well, I think Dickwell's appeal, I feel that it was a little bit an afterthought. Let's see. The bowler went up. There you are. Just at that point, it was the bowler that went up first. And then Dickwell went up. I was wondering whether he was trying to gather the ball. And now he seemed to be extremely convinced. Now a little chip down to long off. The 300 is up with that single.
Or maybe for a moment that he thought that it was hit and then that it was definitely out. But then he started to join the bowler with the appeal. But then it's hard to say from up here. 300 on the board. But I've been really impressed the way Fernando has come back and bowled extremely well. If you look at his figures at the end of the over, 300 for 6 at the end of 44.
Like करो, share करो, subscribe करो। हाँ? Oh.
Vijayaskar Vijayakant will come back most probably for his final spell of this game. He's got 3 overs left. So they're looking for that boundary ball and they will get that. You can't afford to drop it at that length because they're always looking for runs and he really pounced on that.
And also he doesn't have any protection. So in the gap it's 4. So at this stage, these are vital runs for India because in a sense, they're not flowing as freely as they did. So it's been stops and starts, wickets being lost, and this is very well done. Piercing that gap. And more runs here. More runs, and he gets another boundary. Back to back.
The presence of mind from the batter here, Roshan. He waited very late. He picked the wrong one to me, I feel. He waited till it turned in, and he knew that it was a short third in place. There you go. He played it very late. He let it almost come on to his stumps and took it away. So he got it very fine. And this out
outfield to me is lightning fast, and it's very hard. There's a chance that he can chase and pull that ball back in. Oh, this is bad. This is bad from Vijaykanth. His length is really wrong in this over.
And he's lucky that he got away with that. And the batter will be very disappointed, Vipraj, because he thought that was 4 as well.
Oh, what is he bowling? This is poor stuff from Vijaykanth Vijaykanth, because he was brought with the purpose to try and pick up another wicket and get rid of one of these two. But he's not done his captain any justice.
And also the field he's been given, it's not to bowl outside the off stump, it's to bowl wicket to wicket. Because he's got 3 men on the leg side protecting the boundary, and he's got a tight offside field. See, that's the line. That has to be the line. But Vijaykanth has made the mistake of going wide of the off stump.
So 11 runs off this over. India will feel that they made a comeback here this over now. What does Nishant look at? I'm telling you, he's looking at this cow corner. He will be looking to try and get it into that gap. Try to hit it into the breeze. But the length isn't there to do that. But he'll still get it somewhere around that area. And they'll come back for a comfortable couple to end that over at 313 for 6. Starts off with a wide.
Hello.
Yeah, that's a poor delivery. But he saw, I think he tried to follow the batter on that occasion. And again, trying to bowl quick with Prajubri. But to me, Ravinder, if you look at his figures, he's almost gone for 60 runs in his 10 overs. You would feel that he's gone for 60. But I feel that the comeback spell has been fantastic from him.
Well, that's not the only thing. I feel he bowled at difficult times. He bowled when Vaibhav Suryavanshi was going after the bowling. And he had to adjust the way he bowled. So that's why Kosala, it's very important that everyone understands that statistics and figures really don't tell you a story. It only tells half of the story. Right, so Ravindu Fernando, the way he bowled in the last game, just 1 wicket. But those figures don't suggest the way he bowled. Now this is huge. This has gone a very long way, and it is gone all the way for 6. It's good use of the feet, got underneath it, and a lovely flourish.
Yeah. Vipraj Nigam dancing down the track, and he got good control, good contact, and that went all the way. That's what India wants at this stage. 322, they're looking beyond 350 here. Oh, that's pressure. That is pressure on the bowler. Well, he was trying to fire that in, but then at release point, the arm was going towards fine leg, and that's Wide ended up with a wide 3-2-3 for 6. Pipraj is into the 20s or 14. Well, he was looking for a big one. He was looking for a big one, but that didn't come on. It hurried on to him. He was looking at a deep mid wicket.
Two balls to go in the over. Turning out to be very useful overs for India. They're not sparing and they're also looking to charge the bowler. This time finds the field at mid-wicket, but very useful runs. It's a big over for India with 1 ball to go.
12 of this. They had 13 of the previous one, so they got 25 in the last 12 balls. 325, that's what I said, that they're looking beyond 350 now. But a wicket here might pull things back for Sri Lanka. Last ball coming up of Ravindu's spell for this series. And he bowls another wide. He bowls another wide.
Well, that's been a disappointing aspect of his game. He's bowled 3 wides in this over. That's too much. So 3 extra deliveries.
Oh. Again, Pradnikam was looking for that big one. 3-2-7 for 6. 46 overs completed in the Indian A innings.
Nana. Hey, බලපංකෝ බං නානා. ඔද බං ඉන්නේ ඕමින්. ඕයි මින්දුව බං.
327 runs on the board. They are into the last 4 overs of the Indian innings. 38-run partnership coming in good time. Just the 27 deliveries. Wanuja Sahan, who has done the tricks for the Sri Lankan team,
Yeah, man.
opens up through the covers. Will be just the 1 run.
Evan he has been very economical
ඔව් දාන්න මෙහෙ.
in his spell
ඔයෙන් දාන්න.
today in the final.
අපට එන්න.
Even the previous delivery, he fires it in to the right hander, not giving
ඔය
much
පැත්තට දානවද?
air. Yes, it's a bang time overs.
වෙලා අරන් දාන්න. මොකද කරන්නේ?
This is going to be a good challenge, bowling at the left hand. Nishant Sindhu.
පානේ. අන්න හරි අන්න හරි.
Yeah, with the ball coming in towards the left-hand batter. He did it very smartly. He fired it into the left-hand batter. Almost a yorker.
And not giving that elevation to go over. Firing and then bowling it very fuller. Not allowing the batter to free his arms. Yeah, so he's bowling stump to stump, bowling too quick, hurrying the batter, not giving that enough time to go for the mid-wicket region. 3 singles, good start. In the context of the game, singles are like gold, isn't it, Era? Because you can't afford to give boundaries. India off to a flying start now. Look at, oh, he wasn't ready, I suppose, yes. With the start of Surivani, they are in a very commandable position right now with approximately 21 balls remaining.
Yeah, it all will depend on where India would end at the 50 overs. But at this stage, the Sri Lankans would be definitely pleased. They've managed to pull things back. Few wickets, in fact 3 wickets in very short period of a time. But Vipraj Nigam is turning out to be a very good batter. With the ball in hand, he is always dangerous. But the last few innings that he has played in this tournament is proving a point that he is very capable with the bat.
Well, crowd coming in large numbers. K2 is open free off. Flat batted shot. What a catch! He just finished his spell, running in at least 15 yards. Ravidu Fernando takes a blinder. And Wanjo Sahan striking once again. His second wicket. He's been brilliant. Bowled very well in the middle frame. And look at this. Fired it in. Very well bowled. Very well bowled. Trying to go over. And very good catch. Well judged catch. Nishan Sindhu, the path for 16. India A losing the 7th wicket on 330.
India would be really disappointed after the kind of start they got during the power play. Anukul Roy, the new batter, he walks out to the middle. 330 runs on the board, 4 quick wickets at a crucial time. 140 runs after 10 overs of power play. Oh, that was a very nice delivery. Taking it away from the left-hand batter. So if you count the last close to 40 overs, India have managed to score only close to 190 runs, losing 6 wickets. So Sri Lanka have managed to pull things back. Take a closer look at it again. Bowling it full, bowling it faster, not giving the time. Up and over. Should be at least a couple of runs. Good over for Sri Lanka, managing to grab a wicket. Manuja Sahan will complete his 10 overs. India 47 overs done, 3 for 7. Triple Nelson on the board for India. 7 wickets down with 18 deliveries left. Try and get another 30 runs, get past the 360 run mark. If not, they'll be very disappointed with the kind of start they had here today. Anukul Roy just walking out to the middle. Mathulan. He's been very expensive today though. 5 overs, 53 runs conceded. Outside edge. Short third inside the circle. Will be just the 1 run though.
They will run at everything right now. Mathulan, known for the death bowling, known for his Yorkers. But he's been really expensive, going at more than 10 runs and over. Vipraj Nigam, like you mentioned, Iran, he's playing a critical role in the latter part of the innings. Oh, lovely shot. That's pure timing, but straight to the fielder. But for a moment, I thought he placed it, but a very good catch from Mohammad Shiraz running around, and a timely breakthrough once again for Sri Lanka A.
Yeah, trying to go up and over, extra cover probably, but the placement was not ideal. Mohammad Shiraz hanging on to a very good catch. And Vipraj Nigam will depart at a very crucial time again for 27 of 20 deliveries. India, 334 for 8. India falling apart at a very crucial time. The new man walks out to the middle, Yash Thakur. 8 wickets down. At the end of 38 overs, they were just 3 wickets down, Rajiva, and 5 wickets going down in a passage of 9 overs. So that's a concern. They'll be very disappointed with the kind of start that the two openers did get.
Yeah, they were 283 for 3 at one stage, losing 5 wickets for just 51 runs in 9 overs. And also around the fact that Sri Lanka pulling through, but yet it's a very good score still. 335 runs, 8 wickets with 15 balls remaining, even at a runner ball. Yes, this is the wicket opening his front leg, trying to go over extra cover, but very good judge catch by Mohammad Shiraz running around. It was struck nicely, but good work. Northern Hero strikes. Can he pull things back? Those Yorkers. Pulls it into the pitch. They're pushing for the second. This is good running. Oh, hesitation. No, just happy with the single. Slight hesitation on that occasion between the two batters. But they're just pushing over for a single. Take a look at this.
And there you go. He was halfway down the pitch. The throw coming at the wrong end. Nonito Fernando just not judging it right. Would have been the last thing that the Indians would have wanted at this stage. A run out with 2.2 overs left. Into the surface again, not giving anything onto the leg side. This has been a very good over. Just the 4 runs conceded, and importantly, grabbing that wicket as well.
Yeah, but somewhat, I reckon Sri Lanka skipper will be happy that Vipraj Nigam is back in the pavilion, because he can strike. He can be dreadful. Especially with 2 overs remaining, they can go past 360. But right now, this is the passage Sri Lanka can bowl India out inside the 50 overs. Good Yorker. Very good delivery. Just keeping it for a single. 5 runs and a wicket in the 48th. 338 for 8.
Well, if you take a closer look at the last 38 overs since the power play, India have managed to score only 198 runs and they have lost 6 wickets. Oh, that's a very good delivery. Absolutely nailing it.
Sudhila Chamdra into the attack. 3rd spell. Another bowler has been gone to the cleaners today. They struggled a lot inside the power play. conceding almost 10 runs and over. Picked up a wicket of Priyansharya. On the stump once again. Goes aerial. Well, what happened there? Was there a collusion? This doesn't look good for Sri Lanka.
Well, they really collided. These are not good signs. Sahan Arachige, the skipper, he looks in pain. Well, that's the last thing that the Sri Lankans would have wanted. Both the fielders running in, looking to grab that catch. Let's take a closer look at that again. That was a skier trying to go downtown. Sahan Arachige and the other fielder running into each other. There you go. Vanuja Sahan and Sahan Arachige. Now that doesn't look good at all. There you go. Straight away down. And the medical staff immediately walking out to the middle. They will definitely need a little bit of attention. Probably will be carried out of the field. These are not good signs for the Sri Lankans, Rajiva.
Yeah, definitely. That doesn't look good. Both batters, Sahan Arachige holds a very major role in this run chase, and Vanuja Sahan also very good all-rounder, needs to be out there. And I think that head-on, him hitting the face on the ground and he's bleeding from the nose, doesn't look good signs. Doesn't really look good. But Sahan looks okay. He's walking. He looks okay, but it's that Vanuja Sahan who's in trouble. He looks okay, but I doubt it whether he will carry on. Yeah, he's smiling. Some banter from Sadira Samaravikrama. But he will have to walk out of the field, definitely. There'll be concussion protocols going on because there was a head-on and then the head knocking, the face, full face knocking on the ground. Yeah, I think both fielders are walking out. Sahan Arachige, the skipper. And Vanuja Sahan.
Well, the Sri Lankans, they'll be very much worried if Sahan Arachige is not feeling right after that collision. Let's take a closer look at that again. Trying to go downtown. Both fielders committing 100%. Crashing into each other. But Vanuja Sahan, where it all went wrong for him was he smashed his face down on the ground. Right, we are back live. Oh, slower delivery. Gets a little bit of meat on it. Helps it on its way. Important runs for India to keep the scoreboard ticking.
Yeah, I reckon that's a poor delivery. Yeah, straight down the leg side. What he did was Anukul Roy with one hand helped it along into that gap. He just needed to beat that 45 fielder in short fine leg. So a couple of boundaries. Oh, once again, lofts it, nice. And Anukul Roy gets his first six on the arc of it. And India A gets into 350. Look at this. A half volley in the death overs, you're asking for trouble. Through the line, straight, as you like. Good shot.
This has been an expensive over. 14 runs coming off this over so far. Important runs for India at the latter part of the innings. Just doing those finishing touches. Oh, good Yorker. Good comeback by Dulaj. But the damage is done.
Yeah, exactly. 15 runs coming off this penultimate over. I reckon India A in a very good position right now. 353 runs, 1 over remaining, 7 legal deliveries. Dulaj Samadita has been touch. Well, I would say not touch. Very expensive. Going at almost 11 runs and over.
It's the beating that he got during the power play. Oh, that was very close to the stumps. Expensive over. Good one for India. 49 overs done. 353 for 8. We are into the final over. Kugadas Mathulan, he has been given the responsibility of finishing things off. Anukul Roy on strike. Oh, that should be called wide. Yes, the umpires. It has been a busy day for them, trying to stay away from the hitting arc of the batter. There you go. That's a good delivery. It's just that he got it a little bit too much towards the offside. The intentions are right, trying to stay away from the batter's hitting arc. Mathulan has been expensive. 20-run partnership, a very crucial one for India. Oh, this time he gets it right. The fielder will see it sail over him. An important shot. Half a dozen for Anukul Roy.
I reckon in the death overs, those are just freebies. Bowling on the arc. See, what Anukul Roy does is he just plays through the line. He's a very strong bottom hand player. See, I reckon that's a poor delivery. The slow balls, yes, the Yorkers may be bowling into the pitch. Those are the ideal options. But bowling in front of the batter, you're asking for trouble. The line should be perfect, especially in the last stages of the innings. Oh, poor delivery once again.
Slot and gives it a proper whack, and that'll travel a mile. Massive shot from Anukul Roy. What a gem of an innings it has been so far.
That's his third six. Well, length deliveries. And Anukul Roy, strong bottom hand comes into play. This is very good batting. This is very good batting. Even a number 9 batter coming out here on the surface, getting sixers. It shows how good this surface is around. But India A into a mammoth score. 367 for 8 with 4 balls remaining. Anukul Roy playing a separate, different role.
Oh, once again, lucky there. Will be coming back for a second run. This is very good running between the wickets. The throw coming at the wrong end. Anukul Roy, he's playing a gem of an innings here. .368 runs, and looks like it has been a short run call.
Yeah, I reckon from which batter or which end.
Show me again, please. Show me
that
again.
looks touch and go.
Show me one more time. Now, please freeze the replay. Oh, one more time. Okay. Just grounded inside. Okay. Runs.
Well, there you go. 2 runs added to the total. Good call by the umpire. When you have the technology, make sure that you use it. That's great work. Oh, once again, going wide outside the off stump. Kugadas Mathulan. He's feeling the pressure, trying to stay away from the batter's hitting arc, and he's getting it all wrong.
Yeah, I reckon he's bowling way outside the off stump. Yes, field is set. Deep third fielder, deep point fielder. He's tried to bowl those wide Yorkers around, but he's conceded far more runs, 17 of it so far. Oh, on the slot once again. That's the third 6 in the over. And Anukul Roy gets freebies one after the other.
This is great execution, but poor bowling in the slot. And he quite comfortably clears the long on fielder. These are big boundaries and he's clearing with quite comfort. Kugadas Mathulan is straight away under pressure. 81 runs off his 6.4 overs. That is huge.
Yeah, 42 runs off just 14 deliveries. This partnership taking things off from Sri Lanka. Oh, that's another wide. This is turning out to be a very long over run. 4 wides, 3 sixes and a couple. 24 runs. Definitely. It's a very long over. Look at that, straying outside the off stump once again. Disappointment. Disappointment for the Sri Lanka fans.
Yeah, that shows pressure. He's trying to stay away from the batter's hitting arc.
And I haven't seen that slower delivery into the surface. He's trying to bowl wide. And he's been penalized because he's pitching in front of the batter. That's where he has struggled and conceding those sixes. But Seamers have picked up wickets in the latter part of the overs, bowling into the wicket with the field setting up on the leg side. But now Mathulan trying to go wide Yorkers. Well, it doesn't be the factor. He hasn't executed that, so you need to have another plan. Now, it has been 24 runs in the over.
Well, the final delivery coming up then. Once again in the slot. And the finger goes up. The batter misses. And Mathulan will have his last laugh. But the damage has been done.
Yeah, wicket for Mathulan, his second one, but he has conceded so much runs. 82 runs, 24 of
पहलगाम की वादी गूंज उठी लाशों की चीखों से, दहशत के साए आए पाकिस्तान के गंदे बीजों से, निहत्थे यात्री मारे गए, इंसानियत शर्मिंदा हुई, इस्लाम का नाम बदनाम हुआ, ये कैसी आग लगाई गई। हम भारतीय मुस्लिम हैं, कुरान है हमारे साथ, नबी का पैगाम अमन है, न हम देंगे दहशत को हाथ, जो जुल्म करे वो जालिम है, चाहे कहीं से आए, पहलगाम के मजलूमों का खून कभी आएगा न जाए। हम मस्जिदों के सजदा गुजार, हम हिंदू के पड़ोसी, हम अमन के पैरोकार, हम देश के सच्चे सिपाही, जब आए मुसीबत देश पे तो हम खामोश न होंगे, जान भी देनी पड़ी तो हम पीछे कभी न हटेंगे। पहलगाम की वादी गूंज उठी लाशों की चीखों से, दहशत के साए आए पाकिस्तान के गंदे बीजों से, निहत्थे यात्री मारे गए, इंसानियत शर्मिंदा हुई, इस्लाम का नाम बदनाम हुआ, ये कैसी आग लगाई गई। दहशतगर्दी का दीन से रिश्ता कोई नहीं, कत्ले इंसानियत का जवाज इस्लाम में कहीं नहीं, पहलगाम का हर कतरा सवाल बन के उठा है, पाकिस्तानी चेहरों से दुनिया का पर्दा हटा है, हुकूमत ने जो भी कहा वो सर आंखों पर कबूल, हम साथ हैं अपने लीडरों के सच्चे और माकूल, हमारे दिल में देश बसा है, यही हमारा ईमान है, हम भारत के नागरिक हैं, यही हमारी पहचान है। पहलगाम की वादी गूंज उठी लाशों की चीखों से, दहशत के साए आए पाकिस्तान के गंदे बीजों से, निहत्थे यात्री मारे गए, इंसानियत शर्मिंदा हुई, इस्लाम का नाम बदनाम हुआ, ये कैसी आग लगाई गई। ऐ मेरे अल्लाह हमें सच के रास्ते पर रख, दिल में नफरत न हो पर जुल्म पे चुप्पी न रख, हम अमन के आशिक हैं पर गैरती रखते हैं, देश के दुश्मनों के सामने फौलादी सीना रखते हैं। पहलगाम के मजलूमों का बदला वक्त जरूर लाएगा, हर भारतीय मुसलमान ये हमारा अहद वफा है, भारत के लिए जिएंगे यही हमारा रास्ता है।